Okay, this video is going to be about why Kamala Harris will never be president, at least not in 2020. Now, uh, I would take any bet on this. All the money I ever made in my lifetime, I would bet on this. And it's for one single reason. And the reason being is because white America will never vote for Kamala Harris because of what she said when she was asked about the Jussie Smollett case. She didn't even really say anything. She just smirked and turned her head and just kind of smirked and looked at whoever she was with. Um, I don't know why people are. Maybe some people are talking about it, maybe not. But I can tell you right now, as a white male, to be called a racist when you're not, or to be anything like that is in 2019 is the worst thing that can happen to you. You have to backtrack everything. You have to start saying, "Oh well, I have 8 black friends, and I work with this guy. He's my best friend, and you know, uh, he's a minority," or that's what you have to do. And when you take that Jussie Smollett. First of all, it's a complete lie. If you don't think so, get off of my channel, go somewhere else. You're a fool. It's like saying OJ is not guilty. I'm obsessed with murder cases. I watch like the ID channel and all of this. 90% of the murders that there are like men killing their spouse or whatever are white males, and they're all guilty. So don't tell me that OJ is not guilty, and that it's racial or something. It's ridiculous. Jussie Smollett, same thing. It's cool right now to go after white males. That's the cool thing. It's the last group that you can attack, literally online, on camera, wherever, and you get no backlash for it. It doesn't really matter. So why wouldn't this loser, Jussie Smollett, go after people? And then he said MAGA, MAGA guys or whatever. It doesn't matter if you're anti-Trump or pro-Trump. It's all about going after the white male, and they're starting to lose that now because so many people have gone after them. Like everybody. So now they have to break it down to like MAGA guys or something like that. But really, it's an attack on white males. And this Kamala Harris, um, making that face and looking at it, she will never get elected because of that reason. Because guys that look like me, you'd have to be a sap to vote for her after that. You would have to be a sap. What she said, like, oh, it's a modern day lynching and stuff like that. Now, even Cory Booker, who said, the same thing, something about, it's a modern day lynching or whatever he said. At least he wasn't on camera acting like it's a joke. It's no big deal. It's one of the biggest deals in people that look like me in their lives in this day and age, because everywhere we turn, people are pointing a finger, bad, bad, bad. Females, oh, you're a white male, bad. Minorities, oh, you're a white male, bad. People from different countries, oh, you're a white male, bad. And I hate to tell you this, Kamala, but we're a big percentage of the voting population. We're not just these racist guys that run around and, you know, um, that are just against everybody and bashing everybody, and we want this whole country to be white and that is such bullshit. It's unbelievable. But what we do care about is when you come after us. And a lot of guys that look like me won't say it, but that's how they feel. They'll never, someone like her, that 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 Jussie Smollett case was one of the biggest deals because first of all, before him there was a thing in the Air Force. Nobody talks about this, where some guy wrote black guy wrote the N word, go home N word on, I think it was his board outside of his door. Um, and it was a big deal. They had the guy, the commandant or whatever in the Air Force, general or something, go on television and say there's no room in the Air Force for racism and all this stuff. Turns out it was a big hoax. Um, it's ridiculous. Like you guys, you have guys like me walking on eggshells not to look like that. But what's happening that I've seen with guys that look like me is now they don't care. Now they're like, whatever. They're gonna call me this, that, and the other thing. It doesn't even matter anymore. Forget it. That's who those people are. The weaklings do it, and the real people wouldn't do that. So I'm not gonna walk on eggshells anymore. So the reverse is actually happening. to where you want to, people like Jussie Smollett wanted the whole country. I don't think he did that just for himself. There was a guy, I think he was from Columbia University. I watched a video on him. He was with Don Lemon, who I'm not a fan of either, because Don Lemon is another race baiter who just loves talking about race. It's funny how like normal people like myself, first of all, I'm married to a minority, but we won't even get into that. Um, have all sorts of different friends from all walks of life, all different shades of their skin and so forth. And Don Lemon acts like this country is like it's 1950, like everybody's separated into these little groups and everybody's wondering what's going on. The real world isn't like that, Don, and everybody knows it. Same thing with Kamala Harris. You've been in government too long, Kamala. Like, the country is not what first of all, what they put on these different news channels. Um, and second of all, what you think of it is not really the way that it is. And I know when something, you know, um, the Democrats have to stop with the racial thing, because the more that race comes out, um, more people are saying, "Oh, we have to go left wing." But the problem is when these false accusations come out, people start saying, I'm tired of this." And then when you just shake your shoulders and give a smirk when somebody asks you about, "Hey, do you take back what you said about Jussie Smollett?" And then some people are supporting this loser. It's like, whoa, am I going to support people that hate people with my color skin? Like, is that what I'm going for now? Because I was pro, doing all this, you know, uh, guys that look like me. I know plenty of them that were, uh, pro uplifting women, pro uplifting minorities, pro doing all this stuff, pro affirmative action, all these different things. And now, uh, it's like you give an inch, people take a mile. It's like now all of a sudden you're against us. Now you hate us. Are you talking about people that had this color skin 80 years ago? Or are you talking about now? Because now we're talking about present, and what this Jussie Smollett did, and to have Kamala Harris give that shrug and that's like, and she thinks everything's a joke. It's not a joke, Kamala. We're not voting for you. You know, you really, I used to like her. I used to like, the fact that she's intelligent, you know, um, good looking, the whole thing. She had the package, but you ruined it. You're done. You are not going to make it, because people that look like me, and maybe even the females, because they're tired of it too. I literally walked into a place one time. I think it was right after Trump got elected. I was with two of my black friends, and we walked into it was a bar, like restaurant type place. And these guys like walked up to this blonde haired bimbo. We were in like a I don't want to say ritzy part of town, but like an upper scale part of town. And these guys walked up and they're like, "Hey, what's going on? We're at a bar." We were there for like 10 minutes already, but these two girls happened to be near us, and I'm was married at the time. These guys were single, so they walked up and they started talking. I'm standing there, and the girl looks at me and she goes, "You look like a Trump supporter." And I'm like, "Well, why do you say that?" And she's like, "Well, who did you vote for?" She starts coming after. Now this is some blonde-haired bimbo, and this is what has gone on in the country. Guys like me, like I was like, I'm not, like, I can't be around people like this. This girl's an idiot. Um, and she starts talking about, "I know my white privilege" in front of these dudes. I've been friends with these guys for 25 years. They don't give a damn about you thinking you know your white privilege. And this is like Kamala, like this video is about Kamala Harris not being elected. Kamala, if you don't hear stories like this, you're not going to figure it out. Like, yeah, I think the black community is going to support you. I don't think they're going to support you 100% anyway, but they might not care about that Jussie Smollett smirk, but we do. It's kind of like maybe you care about certain, female issues that maybe I don't, but if I smirk at it, a female issue, you're going to care. So, and if I act like it's no big deal when you think it is, then you're going to care. So that's my video on why Kamala Harris will 2020, there's not a shot in hell she will get the nomination for the Democratic Party, or even have a shot at winning the presidency. Please like, subscribe, and make a comment, and I'll see you at the next video.